Welcome to the Cross the Line Podcast. My name is Carlos Smith, and today's episode is sponsored by KB's Car Care on 321 North Main Street in Jonesville, South Carolina. They offer hand car wash, vacuum, and clean interior. While you wait on your vehicle, customer seating is available as well as a dining area. They're open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., so make sure you stop by. Today's episode is also sponsored by Big Ben's Dessert. If you need to satisfy your sweet tooth, this is the place for you. They have a wide variety of desserts, including cakes, ice cream, banana pudding, and my personal favorite, the Oreo cheesecake. They're open Tuesday through Saturday from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Sunday from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. and closed on Monday. So stop by and visit Big Ben's Dessert on 297 Spartanburg Highway in Lima, South Carolina, where nothing could be sweet. Today we have another special episode of the Cross the Line Podcast. This is part of our self-investment tour, fresh from Vegas. Now we are here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We have three entrepreneurs with us today. We have the founders of Rollin CLT. To my right, we have Miss Kendria Holmes, Sh'niqua Ussery, and Miss Brandi Fox. How are y'all?
Good. How you doing? How you doing?
Good. We appreciate y'all having us on, man. I'm so glad. Once I did my research and I saw y'all article, man, I had to reach out and I was like, man, this is something unique. We never had anybody with their own skating rink on, so this is the first for us. My very first question I would like to ask y'all though is, how does it feel to be the first black-owned skating rink here in Charlotte?
It's exciting. Like, it's really exciting. To be the pioneer of anything is really exciting, but to do something that, you know, is good for the community, good for the culture, and it's all things that we kind of love, it makes it even better for us.
Mm-hmm. So how did y'all actually, because like I said, this is something very unique we never seen before. Like, how did y'all actually come up with like Rollin CLT? Where did this all come from? Because I know when me and you were talking, you were saying y'all were kind of still brand new. So how did y'all come up with the concept with all this?
So the idea originated, just from the fact that we don't have a skating rink here in the city of Charlotte. Mm-hmm. We have them on the outskirts. We had them growing up, but we don't currently have any skating rinks here in the city. So we came together, thought it would be an incredible idea to, for something for our city. Obviously, the goal is to be inside, to get our own brick and mortar. But during the pandemic, it was obviously perfect for us to be able to go outside and service the people, give them something different, kind of give them a feel, get their palates wet for what's to come, mm-hmm. once we move indoors. But the outside, it's kind of an idea that it was really a pivot idea, but it's something that's turned out to be an incredible idea.
Mm-hmm. So how did y'all act? So out of all businesses, like what made y'all decide to go with skate? I would imagine y'all have to be good at skating to start this, but like what was it skating out of?
Let your imagination fool you.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, again, the fact that we don't have any in the city, number one, and then number two, skating for the culture is, something that we grew up doing. It's something that we do culturally. It's a vibe. So we wanted to, kind of bring that environment here for the skating community, for the community of Charlotte. And then business-wise, it's a good business move because, again, it's nobody really doing this in the city where we are. So, we start locally. Our plan is to obviously go globally, but a good business idea.
That's dope.
Yeah, so that's kind of weird.
So how long have y'all actually been doing it?
52 days.
Yeah, 52 days.
Something like that.
It's crazy, and it seemed like it's already taking off. Y'all got a really good following already. Did it feel like it was kind of like an overnight success, or like how do y'all view it starting this business?
I would say, yeah, like we knew it was going to do good, but I can honestly say we didn't know it was going to be like this, you know what I'm saying, in such a short amount of time. So it's kind of like everything we planned to do, instead of happening in a year, like it happened in like a month. So it's exciting, but then it also lets us know, it's the fuel to the fire, letting us know that we on the right page and we doing what we're supposed to do.
Let's go back a little bit too, because I want to let the people know a little bit more about you ladies as well. So where is everybody originally from?
I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Everybody from Charlotte. So how did everybody meet? Was it something y'all grew up knowing each other, or how was that?
Nah, we just met.
Really?
No, yeah. I mean, well, Brandi and Ken, they were in a program together in 2017.
Okay.
And then me and Brandi, we knew each other a few years back, and Ken had the idea of the skating rink. when they was in a program working together. And then I had went to Brandi last year, and I was like, yo, I think I have because Brandi helps me with my other business, and I was like, Brandi, I got an idea about this skate rink, and she was like, oh wait, like I know somebody who's already working on it or whatever, like let me see if we can all link. And so we all just kind of, Brandi put the meeting together and we all linked together, and it was like, you know, they call it a perfect marriage. I think it's kind of like a toxic relationship.
And you the toxic one.
Right.
But it seemed like y'all get along. I mean, like y'all chemistry just when we come in, y'all vibe and listen to music. So I can tell like y'all already like get along and everything.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, we got to because we talk all day on the phone. We always together. Like,
Yeah, we're like BFFs.
Yeah. So whose idea was it like initially like, I want to do this, and then you just told the other people about it? Like who initially was it? Was it just all y'all just sitting around together and said, let's do skating? Like who was it the one that kind of like sparked?
Well, in 2016, it was something that, you know, I kind of started doing all that I could with the knowledge that I had. Again, Brandi and I were in the business program together. And the business that I presented was the skating rink. And then like Sh'niqua said, last year she came to Brandi with the idea, but so we merged together. So, I mean, you know, 2016 I had the idea, but Sh'niqua had the idea last year, so we all came together and made it work.
Did y'all come from a family of like entrepreneurs, or y'all kind of like first generation like entrepreneurs?
I'm first generation.
I come from a family of hustlers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I come from a family of entrepreneurs as well.
And that so the program that y'all were in, it's like I saw something like incubator.
Yeah, it was called City Startup Labs, and it was a millennial incubator program for African American businesses.
Okay. How was the like for y'all when you were talking to other people about it? Like, did y'all talk to people outside of like y'all idea, like family members, like, hey, we think about starting this, or did it just y'all three? And like, if y'all did talk to other people, like, did they gravitate towards y'all idea? It was like, nah, because you know sometimes you talk to people about your business idea, like, man, this sounds crazy, just try something else. Like,
right.
Did you talk to other people outside of it, and how did they view it?
Well,
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
For me, it was, I mean, I of course, you know, I told my immediate family and things like that. Like I said, I've been working on this for a while. Of course, you know, you have some naysayers, and that just comes with the territory. But in my mind, I knew, you know, I wasn't stopping until it got done. So it didn't really matter what people had to say, you know what I mean? So I understood what the purpose of what I was doing. I understood who my source is, so
Absolutely.
It didn't really matter what anybody else had to say. I knew it was just a matter of time.
So the process for, you know, starting this business, was it like well, I'll let y'all talk about, like, how was it, like, did you have to get any kind of license, or like what kind of stuff did y'all have to go through to, you know, get the ball rolling and get everything going?
A lot. It started with a lot of research, because even though we knew about skating rinks, and even with Ken already have a business plan in place, kind of when we started really diving into especially the outdoor portion, it was just a lot of things that we just researched. So for that first like 30 to 60 days, we literally just worked on our business plan, putting it together, figuring out what our purpose was, what was our drive, our unique selling factor, those type of things that set you apart from other skating rinks in Charlotte. I would say the biggest thing that we did that really gave us a leg up would be the fact that we held like a skater symposium. So a lot of the skaters in the skater community, we got them on the Zoom and we sent out questionnaires, and they kind of told us, you know, what they wanted and what they didn't like at current skating rinks. So I think that kind of really helped us out, because we didn't have to really trial and error. We were able to know what the community wanted and kind of deliver it.
So what I like about it was when I saw the videos, it was kind of like it gave you kind of like good vibes of like a cookout vibe, like it's outside, you got music playing, you got different vendors like food, cooking, and all this type of stuff. Like, so it gave me those good vibes like that. That's why I was like, man, I love that, because it's like us, especially because it's our people, you know, doing something like that, bringing people together. But how did y'all come about with like the vendors, or is it people that you already know, or is it something that you reach out, like tell people like, hey, if you want to come join us, like how is that process? Like people?
Yeah, so pretty much we post on our social media that vendors are available, and then we have a link on our website where they're able to put their inquiry in, and you know, we kind of send them the quote and everything else, and it kind of goes from there. So some of the vendors are people that we know, people that we work with, and some of the vendors are people who they just seen our social media and they reached out. Like, we've had people come from Georgia, people from High Point area, yeah. So we have people coming over from all over to vend with us, so it's kind of cool.
And as far as like the locations, do y'all move different locations? Because I saw something else I saw was when I think y'all were sitting up by the mall or something, they gave y'all a little bit of pushback or something.
Oh, when we would set up, yeah. So we would set up at this one location, and kind of the other businesses there, they didn't kind of like what we had going on, so they kind of like, you know, we black women.
Right.
They go always come at us, so they didn't like what we was doing, and so the police was like involved, and the property owners and all this other stuff. But you know, we're at Armor Bird. Shout out to Stephanie. You know, she's great. She's here to help all businesses, everybody or whatever. She's really great. So that's where we're at right now. But we do offer mobile services for our Rollin Mobile. So if you have a church, any type of business, work,
Colleges.
schools, anything, we're able to bring the floor to you, the skate rentals, DJ, fog machines, lights, and we can bring it to you, and we can bring Rollin CLT to wherever, pretty much.
And can y'all teach us how to skate?
Yes, we have
I got
skate
a video
lessons.
I need to show y'all, and I will. I was, cause I told my sister I was coming up here earlier, and I said, shoot me the video, cause my cousin, she had a birthday party for her daughter. We went to the skater rink. This was about 2-3 months ago. I said, shoot me that video you sent me. And I'm just standing there holding on to the rail. I'm just sliding my feet.
Oh no.
So I need
It's
some
all right.
lessons.
We won't judge you.
Yeah. I need some lessons.
We have lessons, skate lessons right now on Thursdays from 8:15 to 9:15. And then from 9:15 to 10:15 we have open skate as well. So there's an opportunity for you to come out there and get your roll on.
Right, yeah.
And learn.
Who's the best skater out of all of y'all? Like,
Me.
Ken.
really? Do y'all know how to skate though?
We know the
getting there.
basics.
Yeah.
Basics.
They're getting there.
Not they getting there like you
Ken.
out here smooth, Ken. Get
Girl,
skate pro-
she want to be sweetness so bad.
So when you skate,
I'm going to be sweetness so bad. We said the best
Yeah,
skater, not
it's
an
the
advanced
groove.
skater,
Yeah,
just a best
see how they
skater.
groove.
See how they
And
got
it's
flip
like-
to hate. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they gotta-
We even
they
let
gotta
you cap.
flip it.
We ain't about
She
to
was
cap, but
capping.
it was hard.
She gotta flip it. They gotta flip it to the hate because she can't skate at all.
I can skate. I can go forward. I can stop.
somebody got to be able to teach you.
We got
teachers.
Yeah, because none of us
We
are
got
skaters.
skaters. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought it was y'all teaching
No,
them.
no.
No. We just
Everybody think that.
This is priceless.
Because it's y'all business, so I was like,
you go where the
it's
money
creative.
at.
It's creative, yeah. And I was like, I want to be able to do skate backwards if I have to, like all this type of stuff.
Right.
So I want to be a professional, a so-called
A
professional.
roll bouncer. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be out there like sweetness. A roll bouncer.
What did so you said? I know you said something about y'all were previous entrepreneurs as well. Like you have everybody was it?
Yeah, I mean pretty much.
Yeah.
What would y'all say did y'all learn from like your previous businesses that you kind of took and used it for as like this business that you have now together?
Consistency.
Consistency.
Yeah. We got to be consistent with this.
Right, and I would say the importance of systems. Like, I own a mobile massage business, so having that and automating it and streamlining, you know, it's important to have systems in place that are able to run by themselves. So I would say that's the biggest thing I've learned that's helped us with Rollin CLT.
So and y'all right now y'all are just strictly outdoors.
Yeah, we're moving into an indoor location for the winter, and then we'll be back outdoors for the spring. So
Okay. So how do y'all pivot? Us for, of course, you know, every day is not going to be a sunny day. So say we have something on the weekend and it's rainy. Do y'all have something where y'all pivot to where y'all move, transition inside, or is it just like something you kind of have to delay, like as far as like on those type of days?
yeah, I would say for the most part, since we've opened since September 4th, the weather's been pretty good. We've only had 2 rain days. Well, actually one that fell on the day that we were open. And we just kind of watched the weather and we just let everybody know 48 hours in advance that we're just going to reschedule. And we gave them an opportunity to use that credit for another session.
Oh, that's big. So what are like the actual like days as far as like that y'all are like open, like as far as like the skating, the teaching, like what's like the actual like?
Well, Saturday and Sundays are our events that we have at the Armored Cow Brewery. Thursdays are our skate lesson days. And then wherever, you know, folks book parties on any other day, you know, we kind of fill it in from there. But we have our own events on Saturdays and Sundays.
I want to know for you ladies, like what does skating mean for you, like personally? Like what is it like a relief, or like how do y'all view like skating? What does it do for y'all to, you know, create an opportunity like this?
I would say it's becoming a relief. The better and better I get for me, you know, it's becoming something that I really, really enjoy doing. And the fact that, you know, we have our own facility to learn how to do this anytime really that we want. So yeah, I think it's a really good relief. I have fun doing it. You know, I really enjoy learning. I like learning new things. And so this is one of those things. I come from a basketball background, so just naturally doing stuff outside, you know, athletic stuff and things that are, you know, exercise and things like that. So this is just another something that, you know, I really enjoy testing my own skills, challenging myself.
I saw you said saw it online. I think I see you. So you play ball. You still play now, or is it like how far did you go? Did you college, pros? Or?
Yeah, I played a little bit of professional basketball. I coach currently now. Though. I coach middle and high school basketball.
Okay, and that's still kind of like a true passion for you.
Almost definitely. Yeah, I tried to stop. You know, I took maybe about 2-3 years from the game, but my heart's still in it. So.
I actually went to I was gonna say I actually went to like an event. You might have heard of it. It's like the AEBL. It's like in Atlanta sometimes when they have like overseas college.
That was
stuff.
men's though, right?
No, they do men and women.
Oh, they do?
They do a couple of women games at the beginning. When we got there, the men were playing some overseas guys, but it was the what was the lady's name? I know she was on Love and Hip Hop with
Ty.
Is that she went with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She was there. She was one of the females that did one. I had another young lady that worked for the Atlanta Hawks. She played overseas. I actually had her on for an interview as well, and she was in the league as well. So it's like, yeah, I played a little bit of ball in school. I didn't make it to college. I mean, I was decent, but you know, I probably still could take it. But you know,
okay,
Another one.
Hey, I'm just saying. But there's a few more questions. Is it hard for you guys, you know, balancing like entrepreneurship and also, you know, like personal life? Because entrepreneurship is a tough journey. Like it's so much that goes into it. Is it hard for you to kind of like balance like work and then, like you say, your coaching, your family? Like, is it hard for you guys to kind of like do all of it together?
I would say it can be, just having that balance. But we do really good. The good thing about having 3 people is we do really good at balancing each other's out. You know, so if it's something that I can't do, then, you know, Ken or Sh'niqua can kind of pull in for me if it's something, you know, and vice versa. So it makes it a lot easier for us. But I would say time management, this business, in addition to my other ones, has definitely taught me the importance of time managing and blocking my time for the things that are important to me.
How many businesses do you run total? Like
4.
4? That's a lot.
Right. And I got 2 kids.
Yeah, that's it. What happened? Nothing. So you have this, the massage. What were the other 2 that you had?
I have my mobile massage business, Pamper Mobile. I have a mobile grilling business. It's called Grilling with the Fox. And then I do startup entrepreneur consultant, and that's called Be the Entrepreneur Consultant. And
you came from a family of entrepreneurs?
Mm-hmm.
That I was gonna say, because it seems like to me that makes a difference. Like when you come from a family of entrepreneurs and that's what you're around and you see it, it's kind of like you already had an exposure to it. So, not saying that you won't go get a 9 to 5, but like if you're exposed to it, then you can kind of like, okay, I think I could do this as well. As far as like me, I tell people all the time, like I didn't come from a family of entrepreneurs. I saw my parents get up and go to work a 9 to 5. So that's what I thought growing up and getting into the real world. I thought that's all it was too, was, you know, just going to work an actual 9 to 5 until I graduated from college and got a job, and then I felt like it was just like I was being programmed to do the same thing, just repeating the same thing. So I'm kind of like first generation of entrepreneur, like creating my own opportunity. And to me, I feel like if you have that exposure, it helps.
Yeah.
But everybody doesn't have that exposure. And not saying that if you do get into entrepreneurship, like it's not going to. Not saying if you come from a family of entrepreneurs, like you're not going to work a 9 to 5, because sometimes you still do. And it's still, and I always make sure I tell people there's nothing wrong with that either, because sometimes, like where we're from, when we see people talk about entrepreneurship, they think that you're bashing somebody that works a 9 to 5. That's how it is, like where we're from. I mean, we're right down the road from y'all, so I don't know how it is here. But like, and I'll actually let y'all talk about it. Like, what's like the mindset of people like around here in Charlotte? Are they kind of like geared towards entrepreneurship, or do you feel like it's like more of like the go the traditional route of 9 to 5?
I think it's a generational thing. I think older people here, they're not into like entrepreneurship. They're kind of like content, complacent. They want to work their 9 to 5. You know, they want to work their job 30, 40 years. Yeah. I think our generation, we're kind of different. We're like, ain't no money here. $30,000 ain't enough. $40,000 ain't enough. So I think we're kind of on to like, oh, well, we cool with getting another job, and we're cool with like...
We'll quit quick.
Yeah, we're quick to... Yeah.
I ain't feeling this job.
Yeah. Stress level high.
Yeah. But our parents and our grandparents, they not like that. They're a little complacent.
Yeah.
They'll deal with it a little
It's like
bit.
they just taught to survive, like just work, pay bills. But those working them 10, 12 hours, like for me...
Body hurt. And I would say Charlotte, entrepreneur-wise, though, I think it's gotten better, like, because I've been doing it so long. So I would say in Charlotte, like, it really picked up around, like, 2017. Kind of when we got into our incubator program, that's kind of when you started seeing support for entrepreneurship. But before then, they didn't really have anything like the small business center that they have now. They didn't have those kind of resources, so you really had to, like, tap into Google, you know what I'm saying, to really get what you need done.
I feel like everybody around us is, like, progressing way faster than us in South Carolina. It seems like we're a little bit slower than everybody else. It seems like everybody else, you know, had these programs. And maybe we do have it, we just don't really know about it as much around there where we are. But it's like everybody else, even in Atlanta, like, we do a lot of interviews down in Atlanta, and for the most part, like, just the energy down there is different. Like I remember.
Oh yeah, Atlanta different.
Yeah,
right? All the way.
Yeah,
all the way.
We did. I don't know if y'all heard of Dr. Lakeisha Hallman from the Village Market. It's like she has a storefront now where it's just like all black-owned products are sold in her store. But we shot an interview at this place called The Gathering Spot, and when you go in there, it's just people that look like us,
right.
Building like either they're working on some kind of special product, they're working on their own business or something. But it's like you just get the feeling like the culture is just totally different from what we are. It's like it's hard for us in our, for one thing, when we do something, like we try to tear each other down for one part. But it's like we don't really have it in South Carolina because like we're like the traditional, 9 to 5, and you go work a plant job or something like that. It's not necessarily people, trying to create their own. Well, our generation is doing a little bit more now, whether it's clothes, makeup, stuff like that. Like now people are trying to like create more of their own opportunities. But before then, like you were saying, like it was pretty much the traditional, get up, go to work, like same thing our parents were doing. But did you guys' parents, did they encourage you guys to like step out on faith and go for entrepreneurship, or did they want y'all to play it safe, but y'all just did it on your own, like your own route?
Well, my parents have been supportive in whatever I've done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they haven't really tried to change my mind one way or the other. So, yeah, because like I said, I come from a family of hustlers. Like literally, my dad is the biggest hustler that I know. And when I say hustler, I mean like he works extremely hard. He gonna figure out how to get it done. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I saw that growing up, and my mom is the same way. So, I mean, they really, whatever it is that I want to do. If I said I wanted to go work at McDonald's, then okay. If I was, say I want to open up a skating rink, okay. You know what I mean? So it's really been support in whatever it is that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Same here. Mm-hmm.
So what would you ladies say, like, how far do you guys want Rollin CLT to go? Like,
no ceilings,
as
baby.
globally,
No ceilings.
As far as it
Dubai,
can go.
Rollin Dubai.
Rolling Dubai.
I can see it.
Rolling
UK.
Yeah, you can.
We need
We
y'all to bring
need-
to South Carolina.
baby.
We definitely need something like this. Cause I was like, man.
What part of South Carolina you in?
Well, I'm from Jonesville, South Carolina. Now, where I'm from,
Y'all got one stoplight?
we got. He just said the same thing. We got 3 actually.
At a Walmart.
We got 3.
3 in a Walmart.
No, my town we don't have a Walmart.
Oh,
Yeah, they went against. Yeah, they went. They
So
went
where y'all
against
Walmart
Walmart.
at?
You gotta go to Union. It's about 5 minutes from where we are.
Come on, bro.
We don't have a Walmart. We have a
5 minutes.
Well, my town we have
Y'all
3
got a
lights.
Piggly Wiggly.
No, we don't have Piggly Wiggly.
He tell like, nah, we ain't got.
We ain't that bad off now. But we have 3 lights. It's about one by the high school, Fast Field, and by Mini Mart, just right down number 9. I can name all 3 lights, and you drive through in no time. But I said in another interview, my high school was 7th through 12th grade. We had 500 kids in the whole school, 7th through 12th grade. So by the time you hit 7th grade, you were up there with the high school. So I'm seeing my big cousins that's getting ready to graduate and all this stuff. But they eventually closed my school down. Like they combined us with another school. But yeah, we were small. So it's not really a whole lot down there. So for me, when I was looking at Charlotte, like when I went to school at USC Upstate, and I I had internships up here covering like professional sports, like the Hornets and Panthers. Like I got up here and I was like, man, well, I'm from my small town, Charlotte. Even though it's like a little bit over an hour away, it's like a totally different world from like
We the big city.
yeah, compared to us.
Yeah,
It's just super small. But the Spartanburg Greenville area is growing a whole lot more.
Definitely.
So they more advanced than we are, so they could definitely manage something like that.
Right.
But for y'all, why would y'all say Charlotte was like, this was something Charlotte like really needed? Because I would think, like you said, you got Hornets, you have the Panthers, you have professional sports. Like, do y'all feel like Charlotte doesn't have enough stuff for like, as far as like entrepreneurs?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
I definitely wouldn't say that. Just because of, it's growing so much. Like every day, like over 1,000 people move to the city of Charlotte.
That's crazy. Like we was over here, I was like, man, I was like, are we still in Charlotte? Because the way we went, like, I was like, I don't even know where we at. Because for one, I think the GPS took us like on a little detour or whatever. So we took on some little back road. And by the time we got, I was like, man, I don't even know where we at. Something. It was like Lowell.
Oh yeah, Lowell.
Yeah, we went through Lowell. I was like, man, I don't
by
even,
Gaston.
Yeah, through Gaston.
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I was like, man, I don't know where we at. I was like, man, we need to check the GPS, make sure we going
Right, that thing lead you astray.
But a few more questions. What for people pursuing their dreams may not necessarily even be entrepreneurship, what kind of advice would you give them?
Believe in yourself first and foremost. Believe in yourself and keep going. Create your plan, work it. You know what I mean, and just whatever you do, don't stop and don't stop believing. That would be the best advice that I can give.
I would say be resilient. Cause it's hard, so you gotta be able to bounce back. You gotta have tough skin in the game. So just know that if you fail or if you fall short, that it doesn't mean that you can't get back up and do it right.
Entrepreneurship.
And
man,
if at first you don't succeed,
keep trying.
dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again.
Man,
She got a song for everything.
Sorry.
but it made sense though. It's so tough, man. Like honestly, I know I have days where like sometimes I go through the motion, like I don't even know, because like it could be a lonely journey. But see, y'all have 3 of y'all, so it's like y'all got somebody kind of pick y'all up and everything, like encourage each other. For me, I have my camera guy, but still sometimes.
Damn.
But seriously though, like that's really one of my best friends. We met at Upstate. Like he's one of the
What's
few people.
Upstate?
USC Upstate.
This whole college, USC Upstate.
The Spartans. We like a smaller branch of USC Columbia.
You never heard of Upstate?
Oh, nice.
We got a guy in the NBA, Torrey Craig. I know you play ball. Y'all don't even want it. But yeah, we got one guy in the NBA. We don't have a football team, just basketball and soccer and baseball and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll say this is one of the few guys I actually trust in my life. This is one of my best friends from college. We've been tight for a while. But still, like I was saying about entrepreneurship, man, it's still, when you have a vision, like still, even though you want to tell your friends about it, like they still, some stuff they might not understand because like I say, it's your vision, so they don't see the things that
They're
you
not
see.
supposed to understand it,
Right.
It ain't their vision.
So that's one of the toughest things for me. It's like, man, even though like when I put this tour together, I was like, I'm just trying to figure out a way to make this whole thing happen.
Yeah.
They're gonna encourage you, man, keep going, you gonna do it. But still in the back of my mind, some days I'm like, man,
It's
tough.
a lot.
Yeah.
It be a lot. That's how I feel too. That's why I'm glad like I got them. Cause my other business I did by myself, so I know how you feel. Like
Yeah.
Cause you got to be your own support. But for us, we do really good at like supporting. If something need to be done, kind of like, hey, did you do it? You need me to do it? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's good to know that you got that backup compared to having to like depend on yourself 100% all the time.
I want to ask you though, having 4 businesses, like when did you know when it was time to like create another opportunity? Like were you focused on, let me get this one set and then move to the next one, or like when did you know like it was time, to pivot and create another business?
I really don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I just kind of, I'm like a better word, like an opportunist. Like if somebody tell me about a business and I feel like it can be profitable and I feel like it's something that I can manage in my current lifestyle, I add it on. I would honestly say, like Ken said earlier, that this is kind of all God's plan, because exactly at the time that we were about to take off, I actually, was able to hand my company to a whole management company where they're able to run it, so I don't have to be so hands-on, which freed me up to give more time to Rollin. So that all kind of happened on a good time span. But for me, I knew I had to transition. I pushed really hard for it when I met her and I saw the opportunity. I pushed hard for it because I was like, Rollin is really picking up. Just the momentum we was getting, just interviews, just tickets, support online. I was like, okay, this about to be big. Let me go ahead and prepare to really transition out to give it 100%.
Absolutely. What would you say, and I'll let all you chime in, let's say you had to create a blueprint for creating a business. You can put your own spin to it, but what would you say was kind of like a blueprint for creating a business?
That would be number one, start with yourself. Figure out if you're ready to start a business. You know what I'm saying? Your lifestyle, your income. Can you handle a new business or a new venture at this time? The second thing you would want to do is your business market validation. You want to see if your business can make money. If it can't make money, then even if it's a passion business, what kind of difference can you make within your community? Because what people don't understand is a business is really a solution to a problem. That's how you make your money. After you get that, the next two things would be your SWOT and your budget. A lot of people like to skip the budget. They kind of like just to hop out there and just start buying stuff or just start spending money, then they broke. So just knowing what your capacity is financially, and I would say lastly, having that business plan in place, putting your vision on paper, and then being able to adequately take it to the market with a good support system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to add to it.
What Brandi said.
My biggest thing.
Ditto.
Yeah, you can tell, like, she had this thing well laid out. My biggest thing, like you were saying, was like the putting things to paper.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think people understand like how crucial that is. Just like
Write the vision and make it plain.
Yeah, make it plain.
Vision,
So that he
Execute.
who reads it may run. That's what the scripture say.
AKA execute.
Yep, and it was I don't know if I told you. I think I did tell you over the phone like how we like when I interviewed Kendria Masunda.
Oh yeah.
At New Wine and Spirits. So it was crazy because I was sitting at home and I was just writing a list of places we never been to before, and we're coming up here for Charlotte, but I wrote down Vegas on there. So I was going through a publicist, we were having a conversation, and she was just saying, so we were setting up an interview with Camille up here in Charlotte, and then she was like, I got a client out here in Vegas. I was like, it's crazy, just a couple of days ago, I wrote down Vegas is one of the places we wanted to go to. I wrote down Vegas, I wrote down California, just wrote down a bunch of different places. Didn't know when it was gonna happen, I just knew we wanted to go to these places. So that's when we went to Vegas last week. I was like, man, we had spent so much money when we went to Miami and California. I was like, man, right now it might not be a good time to go to Vegas. Next thing I know, it was this lady, she posted online, she said, I got a trip to Vegas from Charlotte to Vegas, like $150. I was like, okay, that's cheap as it's gonna get. Hotel, round trip flight, and a hotel. So
For $150? Bro, put me on.
Where's she at?
She a travel agent. Well, by the time I got a chance to book it, went up to like $245. So it still ain't bad.
Yeah,
that still ain't bad.
We'll be in Vegas
Hello?
tonight.
So I was like,
Tonight.
that's why I was like, and I hear so many entrepreneurs say, especially Steve always says, it's not for you to figure out how it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
The how is none of your business. So for me, when I saw that, it's just like once I aligned everything, wrote everything down, it just seemed like things just started to like
That's
go
how it
in motion.
happened.
Just like that. So then we ended up going to went to Vegas last week, but in like a 3-month span, we went to Miami, California, and that was another one where somebody did us a favor. She said, I love what y'all doing. Just to help y'all out, I got an Airbnb you can use, $145. That's it. Didn't know how I was gonna get to California. I just wrote everything down. $145. I had to book my own flight. But she said, just pay the cleanup fee and you can stay here. $145. So we went from Miami to California, went to Vegas. Then I had the interview I think I was telling about with the co-founder of Reebok.
Yep,
Never even, I just happened to see that. It's just these things, like for me, I just write. That's why I say for me, everybody gonna have their own way of doing things, but for me, I just write everything down.
Yeah.
Because it's so critical for me, because like, I don't know when these things are gonna happen, but it just seems like when you just focus on something, like the universe or God aligns these things. But I tell people it's God. It's not me.
We're Christians as well.
Yeah.
The God.
We ain't giving credit to the universe.
Yeah, God.
Period.
That's the main thing I tell people. I'm not gonna tell nobody what to believe in, but for me, I say I know it's God. It's not me.
Yeah, that's what Rollin though. That's the same thing with Rollin from 2016 to 2021. You got to think like, this is the vision that I had. I didn't know how it was gonna get done. I didn't care how it was gonna get done. I just knew that the vision came from my creator, and I knew that at some point he was just continuing to work on me until I got ready enough, you know what I mean, until he felt like I was ready enough to put this in my hands and for it to come to fruition. But that's how it is. The power of manifestation is real. You write something down. That's why the scripture tells us, write the vision, make it plain. For a reason. These are principles. The Bible is nothing but principles. So when you learn to live by these principles, man, things start to happen that you don't even know how they're happening or why they're happening.
So 2016, you came up with it then, and you just sat on it for
No, I mean 2016, I started doing the work. You know what I mean? I went through the program. I went through 2 programs because I knew that this was going to be something big. So I knew I needed to study. I knew I needed to learn. I knew I needed to gain knowledge. I knew that I needed to prepare myself for a skating rink. You know what I mean? Because I knew it was going to be big. I saw it. I see the vision of being inside of the rink. So I knew it was going to be big. So no, I didn't sit on it. I did the work, started the business plan. I went to talk to people. I met with all these, all the various people that I knew had the funds, the resources, or could point me in the right direction, or other entrepreneurs, or, I picked everybody's brain that I could. I went skating. I got back into the skating community. So no, I mean, I wasn't just sitting on it. Like I said, I just did the work, and when you do the work, God will bring the right people in your life.
How important is it to be around like those right people, like in that right environment?
Environment is everything.
That's key.
Yep.
That's top. It's a priority.
Yeah, and I was like, for me, man, the entrepreneurs that I study say the show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
Yep.
Like my guy Ben Hall changed my life, and he was saying, if all you're around is people saying, man, we got to get this overtime every single day, that's all you're gonna see. So you're gonna think, man, that's all we gotta do. We just gonna get this money, we're gonna run this check up, and that's it. But when you change your environment, it's just like
you can't become what you don't see. Exposure leads to expansion. So when you put yourself in the right environment, when you put yourself in the right, around the right group of people, that's what I know I can become. I never want to be the smartest person in the room. There's no growth in that.
Absolutely.
So environment is absolutely everything. I believe in being around good energy, positive people, like-minded individuals, you know what I mean, in order to advance yourself.
Would y'all say was anybody in particular that kind of may have made a profound impact on your life? Your parents, or of course your parents are always gonna be supportive, but was there anybody like a mentor, somebody that made like a huge impact that just changed the way you just looked at things?
I mean, outside of my parents, for me, my cousin, I have a big cousin that's an entrepreneur. She's had a private investigation firm for 18 years, successful. She services pretty much every attorney in North Carolina, South Carolina. But she was, somebody that, she's 9 years older than me, but she's like a sister of mine. My father raised her. She grew up, she played college basketball, you know what I mean? Then she became she played a professional basketball, then she became an entrepreneur. So really just following in behind, her footsteps, so to speak. She gave me my first entrepreneurial opportunity. So yeah, my cousin was really, and still is, really, really profound in my life. Somebody that's really profound in my life, other than my parents.
Did y'all have anybody?
I would say my homegirl, Jania Massey, she introduced me to my first entrepreneur incubator program in 2015. So I'm really appreciative of her because she's like 7 years older than me, but her knowledge of entrepreneurship was like way before our time. Like she created a program before it was ever a program, and I always looked up to her as like a mentor and a big sister because she's always pushing. Like when she do something, like when she got her LLC, she was like, yeah, I just got my LLC. She was like, it's this. She's always doing something and then reaching back and providing that information to make sure we kind of rolling together. So I definitely appreciate her, and she helped me kind of get the structure I needed to be a better entrepreneur.
Sh'niqua.
Yeah.
What would y'all say is like first of all, I need to look into this I don't know if we have these kind of programs where we are. That's
Aspire Business School, you can look at Aspire Business, you can look that up in the
or
City
CPCC.
Is the City Star Lab?
Yeah, no, they're not doing regular no more. They're only doing the reentry program.
Oh, okay.
And see, that's kind of stuff, that's the type of information we need because sometimes these things are out there for us, but we don't even know about it. So it's like, how do we get access to like these kind of events, like even the Capitol? Like, how do we get access to this type of stuff? We don't even. First of all, we gotta apply ourselves. So that's on us. But like, how do we get this kind of access to this type of stuff? That's why I said I feel like we just kind of like slow when it comes to this type of stuff. So because I had a lady, Miss Valerie Bridges down in Atlanta, she was the one who kind of was putting me on to stuff. Like she helped me get like a business grant, like a Facebook business grant. Like her and her assistant were just sending me like different grants. Like you can fill out this type of stuff. Just these type of people, because they know the business and know the kind of stuff we can get access to.
Right.
Just sending me different things. I got like a $2,500 business grant. But it's like we don't even know about this type of stuff, like how we can get access to it. That's why I was like, that program. I'm like, man, I definitely need to look into some type of stuff, not just for me, just like for other people who are watching this, like where we are, like to get access to that type of stuff.
Definitely. I would say also my startup consulting agency, Be the Entrepreneur, we specialize in that. So all of my programs are online. So I wrote like 8 ebooks. Like when I listed out.
Plug it all in.
Yeah. I'm going to drop it in there. So I wrote 8 ebooks that take you through the startup business process. So if you apply the book every day, you can start a new business within 30 days. So I also have online learning curriculums where you can go through at your own pace. You get one-on-one mentors. So one of my programs, and real quick, it's called Be the Entrepreneur Academy. It gives you the opportunity to go through the curriculum that I created, but you also get to meet one-on-one with a mentor. So once you complete the book 4 budgeting, you get the opportunity to meet for 60 minutes with an accountant. When you complete my legal area, you get 60 minutes with an attorney. And in that 60 minutes, you're able to ask them any kind of questions. They have your information, so they're able to read your business plan and give you suggestions. So, the goal of my program is to provide that support. No matter what type of entrepreneur you are, we have those resources to kind of get you through that, entrepreneur startup phase.
Man, that's dope. Do y'all feel like it's a part of y'all to like give back to the community, like because there's so many people that pour into us. In my opinion, I feel like we need pour into other people. Well, not expecting to get anything in return, but just to pay it forward. That's all I ask for people to do. Do y'all feel like it's part of like your mission, to kind of like pour into the community?
Yeah, definitely. That's the foundation. So many people have poured into us, so it would be disrespectful if we didn't. So many people have just gave us a leg up, gave advice, gave support without us being able to really being able to give them anything. So that's definitely the foundation, and that rolls into our nonprofit, Rollin Homies. Rollin Homies is a nonprofit that we created that specializes in teaching Generation Z, that's kids ages 11 to 17, the basic skills that you don't learn in school, like life skills, entrepreneurship, fintech, and investing. So what we've done is we've created the opportunity to partner with different agencies within the Charlotte metro area to teach kids how to do things like coding, teaching them what the stock market looks like, teaching them basic essentials like how to clean your bathroom, how to brush your teeth properly, just those things that we know that they're missing in school. So we're excited about Rollin Homies, and we're going to be launching in November. Man. I know.
There's so much stuff like we talk about all the time. They didn't teach us about, they taught us, we knew to brush our teeth.
Right.
But like entrepreneurship was something like that was just definitely something they left off the table. Like you're saying, just you going to go to school, go to college.
Get a good job, retire at
30 years, get a pension, get Social Security, have grandkids.
And it's something about that just didn't sit right with me. It's just like, man, putting in the best years of your life and giving to a company, and then
you just old and trying to live your last little bit of 30 years.
Think about how many elderly you see that work at Walmart because the Social Security thing is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they tell you the system that don't even get me started.
You saying you're gonna have like
this much money when you retire?
I'm not saying I'm gonna blow all my money now, but I'm like I want to enjoy some of it now and have a good time. I don't want to wait till I'm. Who's to say you're gonna live that long anyway?
60. What is it? 68.
Girl, it's too
64?
much. And then
they're moving it to 70.
Like, bruh, the life expectancy of
it's
a black
72. It's 72, baby. That means you
got 2 years to live.
I had too strong. I never forget. This was probably maybe a year or two ago, and this lady, she had just been in my job for. So people working. Yes, I do have a job, but I do this as well. And she was like, they just gave me my, they were just thanking me for working like 20 or 25 years, and they gave her a badge, and she was like, what y'all thanking me for? She said, man, my body broke down, my knees hurt, my ankles, all this stuff. They thanking her, but she right now she hurt. Like
she must work in a factory or something.
No, it's
a desk job.
It's retail, but you standing up on concrete. It's a good job, and you got good benefits. And that's another thing they always tell us when we talk to people. I mean, you got a good job with great benefits, You just need to stay here.
But them
Like,
benefits hold you though.
is
I ain't gonna
everything.
lie. I was a social worker at DSS, and I ain't gonna lie, quitting that to go
Benefits
full
is
time,
good.
leaving that
Yeah,
every
it's other
2 week
ways you
check
get
and
it.
benefits.
Yeah.
That was kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie, because I like getting paid every other Friday, and I like pulling out my
Yeah.
Cigna card.
That's the
Baby,
American.
that's like the
thought
American
process,
spread.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
though.
Yeah, till you
What
till-
thought
till-
process you
till you
got?
gotta get hospitalized
Like,
and you ain't got no insurance. Here we out. The bill be 50,000.
I'm a comedian.
No,
Kid
you're
don't
not.
want to be a
No.
comedian today or
You're
not.
not.
But I love y'all
Nah,
chemistry.
You're
nah,
not.
nah,
He didn't think that was funny either. He didn't laugh at that.
He wasn't. He didn't. I don't care.
Oh, now you
I thought it was
don't care.
funny. I thought it was funny.
Period.
What would y'all
Somebody
say?
wanna
Like,
Okay, we moving on. Next question.
now, what would y'all say is for y'all? No, let me ask you this, Brandi. When you say it was hard for you to walk away, like when did you know for you it was time to jump and just be an entrepreneur? Because you say you walked away from being a social worker. Like when did you know it was time for you to jump?
You can kind of feel it. Like you start getting antsy. Your business, you kind of get your business to a certain level to where if you don't make the transition, it won't grow anymore. Like it's only so much you can do when you working 40 hours. You know what I'm saying? It's only so much time you can give. But I would say for me, long story short, the incubator program I told you about, we had a pitch competition at the end. And I kind of made, kind of like a better word, a pact with God. I was like, if I win, because you got prize money for it, you got $1,000. I was like, if I win, I'm going to do full-time Pamper Us. I was like, if I lose, then I was just going to be a licensed clinical social worker. And I ended up winning the competition, and I took that $1,000. I reinvested it back to Pamper Us, and then that was in December, and I left in 4th of July.
So you
Independence
just
Day.
left this year?
Oh, no, it's 2016.
Oh,
so it's been a minute.
2016.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's been a minute, but you can feel it. Like, I started going to work. I started being unhappy. Things that used to make me happy didn't. You can feel it in your spirit. Like, it's just like, I got to get out. I got to do what I really love. And then you just start putting a plan in place, and then you pivot.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like, moving from job to job, like, it might satisfy you for a little while. You might get paid a little bit more, but then if it's not something that you like,
It don't matter.
enjoy,
It don't
you're gonna
matter.
burn out.
That's why people be stressed and getting counseling and all that stuff because they making money, but we already know money don't lead to happiness.
Everything. Man, it's crazy. I had something at work happen to me this morning. I had cleared this thing off. I was trying to grab like a little flatbed or whatever. And next thing I know, I went around on the other side. Next thing I know, the lady came and she grabbed it. I was like, man. I just cleaned all this stuff out just so I could use this, and then she come and grab it. So next thing I know, I had to catch myself. Like, man, what am I getting mad for? Ain't none of this stuff in here mine. Like, I'm not about to argue with you about nothing in here that I don't even own. Like this, like you want it, you can have it. So it's like, man, I had to catch myself. Like, man, this ain't even like, what am I even being mad for? But it's just like, we just so, like I had said it before, we get so conditioned to, we do the same thing over and over. Clock in, fall in our same position, assume the same position, do the same thing over and over. Sometimes, early in the morning, you're gonna clock in. When you get to work, you're gonna park in your same parking spot. It's like we just
It's
so
routine.
routine. So I caught myself. One of the best things that happened to me was working 2 jobs, and I just fell into that cycle of just get up, go to work, pay bills, student loan, kids, pay everything. Like, man, I can't live like this no more. So.
Not forever.
And I was like, I'm supposed to do this for like the next 30, 40 years. So I got to a point, man, like I took a hit when I first quit. Like
Baby.
it was rough. It wasn't easy at all.
Gotta pay the cost to be the boss.
Yeah,
That's a
but I was
fact,
like,
fact.
man. But I just look at it like you just gotta think long term.
Yep.
Like,
Big picture.
do you want to just stay comfortable and just work just to pay your bills, or do you want something more like fulfilling for you? But just a couple more questions. What would y'all say is like the toughest part of entrepreneurship?
Paying the cost to be the boss.
Right. And I would say going back to that balance, just really trying to I take that really serious, like self-care, balance, just because it can be a lot, especially like something like this that's just so public, where not only are you trying to run a business, but you kind of like your own publicist, your own media person. So you really just trying to balance everything and still have a life, still have fun, still have significant others. So I would say that would be the toughest part, that balance.
And then I would add to that just creating those habits with nobody really looking over your shoulder, having to, create that disciplined lifestyle where really today I really don't have to do nothing if I don't want to.
Yeah.
And then just
Force
not letting
yourself.
today spill over to tomorrow and then the next day. You know what I mean? So just
Gotta
creating-
have this.
Right, creating that
That's
discipline
key.
and yeah.
I mean, I done had days
It's
where they're
essential.
like, I'm like, man, I got a free day. I just want to chill today. No, and I gotta do some editing or something. Like,
Yeah, it's always something to do.
all
But
the
then
time.
being okay with not doing nothing. Like, that's something I had to learn. Like, I used to push myself so crazy. Like, 11 o'clock at night, I'm back up at 5, 11, 5. So I had to get to a point where I'm like, all right, Brandi, if you take the day off, like, it's cool. And, like, when you do it that first time and you take that day off and do stuff that you want, it's like, and you get up the next day, you like, dang, you know, the world's still kind of going. Nothing fell apart. You know what I'm saying? So you learn to balance it out and not having to really force yourself when you know you need a break. Listen to your body.
Yeah, because man, I'm on the go like all the time. Like, so I had to catch myself last week. We got back from Vegas. I was like, man, I'm about to do something else. I mean, I'm about to. Today gonna be just all about the kids. Like, I ain't even gonna worry about doing no editing, no interviews, nothing. It's just gonna be me and the kids all day today. Like I had to catch myself because sometimes like you get so caught up in running this that you get so caught up in what you're doing. It's like sometimes you forget. You know, you need to take care of yourself, family.
Nah, you do.
No, not the kids.
Yeah.
I thought you was about to say.
No, I ain't gonna forget about my. Oh, they ain't gonna let me forget them at all.
Right.
No, like it just like sometimes like I just get caught up, and not even like aside from just personal stuff. Like when I was telling my buddy Steve one day, we were like, man, I just like we just had the interview with Joe Foster, the co-founder of Reebok. I was like, I ain't even have the time to really like process that. Like I just completed the interview, boom, on to the next one. It's like, man, sometimes like I don't even understand like or appreciate the moment that much because I'm just so on go all the time. But no, my babies, they ain't gonna let me forget them. Like they gonna definitely let me know.
How many kids you got?
I got 3. I have two girls and a boy.
Okay.
Yeah, and they a handful. Like if y'all want to babysit,
Oh no, I got my own.
I got two.
I was about to say
I got two already.
Auntie,
yeah.
I got
I
you.
got enough nieces and nephews.
We'll be. I'm gonna bring them
God
up to the
kids.
skate.
Yeah, you can bring them to skate. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't drop them off.
Yeah,
Might have to drop them off.
Look, he talking about I'm bringing the skate. What that look
Yeah,
like?
don't drop
We gotta
them
ask
off.
follow-up questions.
Might have to drop them off. But what would y'all say was the biggest thing y'all learned from the pandemic?
The power of pivoting. I would say that's the biggest thing. Having a mobile massage business and then, having something like COVID that prohibits, touching, that was definitely like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because like, how do you run a business like that where you got to be 6 feet apart? So pivoting was a big thing for me.
I still work a full-time job, so COVID is just COVID. I mean, it was a lot of changes wearing this mask. Originally when we first started talking about the roller rink, of course it was like a legit indoor roller rink. So with COVID going on, the numbers was going up when everything, like as soon as it was like, all right, we're gonna do this, as soon the numbers start rising. So we was like, all right, what's next? Where we go
The
next?
pivot.
And, yeah, and then we was like, all right, we go to the outdoor, and then all right, well we gonna do this, and
So y'all had a building for it.
well, that was
No,
the plan.
we planned
Our
to start
plan was
it
to
in the
initial plan was
initial
inside
plan was to move
versus-
inside the building, but with COVID and they'd be like, well, so many people inside. That wasn't a risk we was trying to take at the chance. So it was like, let's go outdoors. Let's do it. Ain't no max outdoors.
I like the outdoors though. Like,
Yeah, we do
to me, that's
too.
like a blessing in
It's a whole
disguise.
vibe. You really gotta come out.
What was y'all first event like? I meant to ask y'all that earlier. Like the very first one when y'all had everything laid out. That very first event that y'all did. Like how was that event?
Well, that weekend, we had over 1,000 people that came out there. We sold over 1,000 tickets.
It was a
was
lot.
amazing.
It was good, but it was a lot. I know that Monday when we sat down, like my body was broke down. Like I don't think I ever worked that hard on a weekend before because you just don't know.
And we were working, so we
Yeah,
couldn't really live in, like you
Like
said,
you
like
said,
you
we
couldn't
couldn't
live
enjoy
in the
it.
moment. Like it kind of was like afterwards, we was like, oh, we
I
really
can't
just
believe we
did
did it,
this. Like, we
yeah.
really just
But during
did
it's like
this. Yeah.
running here, set this up. Can you hear him? Can you see it? The music style, like oh.
And
But it
to
all
see
worked out.
something that y'all had a vision for and came together to do, and to see how it pulled so many people together though, like that's the beautiful thing about it.
Yes.
Like because you don't know people coming from all over
Right.
to come support what you guys are doing. That's like the most beautiful thing about using your gift because you can bring people from all over. You don't know who's coming. You don't know what they're gonna do for you. Like it's just so much people gonna pour into you and support you because they want to see you like succeed. So
Right.
That's like the
That's
beautiful
exciting.
thing. Yeah, it is, man. You never know. That's what I love about entrepreneurship. Is like you never know who you're gonna come across. Just like, I mean, even though we're like a little bit over our way, I found you guys online. And I was like, man, this is something like we don't even have in our area, but it's something that I haven't heard of, and it's a beautiful thing just to see like how y'all doing it, man. I really am happy for you. I want y'all to keep on going, and please bring it to South Carolina for us, because I don't want to steal y'all idea.
Please don't.
Yeah, we need y'all to.
It's all right. You add to this podcast, you're gonna pass out for real.
Y'all got any HBCUs in the area?
You got to go to Orangeburg, South Carolina State.
How far is it
About 2 hours from us.
from y'all?
Yep, South Carolina State.
Cleveland.
Columbia. What's Benedict? Yeah. Benedict.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we doing a in the spring. We doing a one night only tour. So we'll be going to HBCUs on the coast near here. Going to visit, putting the floor down. So pull up.
Yeah, State. Benedict. I think.
Claflin.
Yeah, Claflin. It's another one. I want to say, is it Denmark or something?
Denmark
Denmark
Tech.
Tech. Yeah.
That's an HBCU?
I think it is. Yeah.
Oh.
I think it is.
They reached out to us.
Yeah.
I think that's they in the lower state too.
Oh.
Yeah, my daughter's mom, she went to state, and I think down towards where she stayed at Denmark is like down that way, but I think it's a HBCU. So they reached out to y'all as well.
Yeah.
Man, that's dope. Like, how does that feel? To have these people reaching out to y'all for these like events.
It feel good. And let us know that we on the right track. When when you got that traction, when people calling you and they want you to come, especially something like colleges. Colleges, you got to be legit. They just ain't having nobody serve their kids, so for their students. So when you got like back-to-back colleges hitting you up, it's like y'all like we really like we doing this like
Was it one moment in particular that y'all knew was like this thing is like really big? Like y'all knew like this thing was like was it when these schools and universities start reaching out to you? Was it like the first event when you saw all these people there? Like what was it like a particular moment where y'all knew like okay this thing really is about to like take off?
I think my moment when I felt like it was really about to take off was when QC Metro had posted an article about us and on social media, and like it was everywhere. I mean, it literally went viral. Like everybody was sharing it, everybody was posting it. Like you get on Facebook, you get on Instagram.
Google.
Like it's like literally like if you Google Rollin CLT and you just see our pictures. Like and when we took the pictures, it's like an ordinary day. Like we've been our ordinary selves, and just to see like. Of course we know each other personally, and then just to see us like low key, like big screen, like
yeah, it was exciting.
Yeah, it's definitely it was a moment for sure, real emotional.
Same moment for y'all. Did y'all have a particular moment?
I would say when we booked our first college, UNCG, that was kind of like when they like signed, sealed, delivered it. It was like y'all like this legit, because a lot of times all it takes is one. Like if one college see one school do it, it's like. Okay, and that's literally what happened. Once we posted UNCG book, like people just pointing, you need to come here, you need to come here, you need to come here. So for me, that's when it was like, y'all, we on.
You just felt like this was real.
No, I'm just saying outside of your moment, dang. I ain't gonna say the same thing, but that's another moment that I felt like, okay, we on to something.
Yeah, one was.
I mean, aside from those, so we've had, a few great things happen in just a short amount of time. But for me, it was another article that was posted in Charlotte Business Journal. And then from there, it actually led to, some land developers reaching out to us to, work on getting us our own location, our own building, them wanting to work with us, them being, emphatic about getting whatever done that we need to get done to really make this thing move forward. So again, it just goes back to, when I first had this idea, I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know how I was going to get $1 million building to service a skating rink, but to see this thing coming, happening full circle, and really, it's like I was telling Brandi the other day, it's almost like it's just happening so easily, so effortlessly. You know what I mean? Just the things that are really happening.
It's just lining up.
The way that things are lining up, the way
real.
that God is really moving in our situation, our lives. So, yeah, that's really, on top of what they said, that was something that solidified it for me. Like, this is really how we about to get this done.
Yeah, but just like you said, more people pouring into it, and like what you want. And it's like things just align like the way you
Yep.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
My final question before we get ready to wrap it up: what does self-investment mean to you?
I feel like it's like a total 5 cents type thing. I think you reinvesting yourself mentally. Like for me, that's reading books, that's biblical books, that's business books. Physically, like we work out, so me and Ken work out together, as well as Sh'niqua when she's available. I will also say monetarily, like, you know, at the beginning, you know, it's all about reinvestment, you know what I'm saying? So for us, knowing that, you know, not getting paid this time, you know, that's the catalyst for us, you know, getting that big money, you know. So I think that's something that a lot of entrepreneurs overlook is it's important to reinvest in yourself all across the board to make sure, you know, you get your business where you need to get it to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so kind of along the lines of what Brandi said, just really pouring back into yourself in every area. You know what I mean? Mentally, making sure you're mentally strong. Emotionally, making sure your emotions are, you know, in line. Who is it that we need to become in order to get to where we're going to? So all of that, you know, self-invest, self-care, taking care of yourself, you know, having a good time, getting your nails done, getting your hair done. I like to get my nails done, get my hair done. I like to eat and shop. So that's kind of, you know, and I like to chill. So any moment that I get to sit at home and chill and do nothing and just watch TV or what have you. So yeah, you know, and I read a lot. I read a lot. I read a lot of scripture, listening to a lot of audios. I'm just always doing a lot to really pour into myself, pour into my mental. So that's kind of what I do. And hang out with my daughter. I like doing that as well.
Sh'niqua, what does self-investment mean to you?
I think self-investment right now means to me is trying to get some sleep. That's me.
You ain't that tired now.
I am.
You tired?
Yeah, I mean, I still work, so like,
Oh, yeah.
I still work a full-time
understand.
job. So
I'm just messing with you. I understand. Yeah.
So yeah, you know, I like to hang with them. I like to do, you know, my meetings and stuff with them. Rollin really takes up a lot of my time outside of work, and then, you know, when I got a little free time, I like to kick it with my friends or whatever. You know, I don't have any children. I'm just auntie, so.
But you do like to babysit, though, right?
No.
You don't?
No drop offs.
Yeah,
No drop off.
We'll come to you.
Yeah.
She'll come to you.
Yeah. But I want to thank you ladies again for taking the time to sit down and join us, because like I said, this is a beautiful thing. Like I said, especially, you know, black women, black entrepreneurs, the first in the area to do something like this. Like I love to see it. Like we definitely gonna support y'all. I need to learn how to skate. I'm gonna show y'all the video.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that.
Wrap up, but before we got here, we got y'all a gift as well. About y'all.
Nice.
Yeah, a little token of appreciation. This was something that if you can get it out. So I actually wrote my very first book. It came out earlier this year. Actually released it on my birthday this year.
Thank you.
I got all of y'all a copy. But this is the book. It's called F School, Life is Your Best Teacher. So you see the cover of it is a picture of me and my son. He's holding my degree. So and it's a real degree. It's like I graduated.
We will hope you wouldn't perpetrate on the front of your book.
No, I won't do that. So it's basically like the life of a
Be Simone.
Oh yeah,
whole
I
book,
see.
bro.
Yeah.
That
was
was
wild.
book, and then go say you ain't look at it.
Yeah. What's your name on it? Tell me you had a ghostwriter.
Y'all gotta stop. We trying to get on. No, just
Oh, look, my bad. I'm not saying.
Cut that out.
Yeah, cut that part.
And she in Charlotte.
Like this was something like you along of what you were saying earlier, Kendria. Like I just had a vision. Like when I was working those 2 jobs, I remember driving to work one day, and I told my brother, I said, "Man, I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna call it F School, Life is Your Best Teacher." And he was like, "Man, you think that's kind of harsh, don't you?" I was like, "Yeah, but when you read it, you're gonna understand like where I'm coming from." And at first, the picture is gonna be just me, and the cover art it's gonna be me just holding my degree. But one day I didn't have anybody watch my son. He came with me. So right when we was getting ready to wrap up, he went over there and he just started holding my degree, and the lady was just taking pictures of him. And I said, "Hold on real quick." I said, let him hold it, and I'm gonna stand right here beside him. So then we just started making different poses. Next thing you know, that's kind of like how we got the concept of like the cover art. But when you read it, I'm not telling anybody not to go to school. It's just really like understand what you're going for. Because if you're just going, like you're just wasting time and money. Like when I went, I just thought that's what we were supposed to do. High school, college, get a job, and retire. But when I got hit with the real world and student loans and all this other stuff, that's when everything kind of changed for me. So I went to the drawing board. Like I said, I did the broadcasting. I created my own opportunity. The book took me about 2.5 to 3 years to write.
You wrote this in the pandemic?
Well, it was basically done in the pandemic. Like
Okay.
I started back in 2018. I quit my second job and I went home and I just started writing. So over time, I just added piece by piece, and then probably the end of right at the beginning of the pandemic last year, I kind of like putting finishing touches on it, and that was pretty much it. So then it was like a 6-month process to get everything done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just had that vision. I didn't know when it was gonna come out exactly, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So from 2018 to March of this year, it finally came out. So I got each of you ladies.
We appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate y'all for taking the time to sit with us. Before we get out of here, can y'all tell everyone how to find you guys online on social media?
Yes, you can find us on Instagram, Rollin _CLT. That's Rollin ROLLIN _CLT. You can also find us on Facebook, Rollin CLT Rink and Lounge. And then personally on my Instagram, you can find me at BossLady _Ken. You can also find us at RollinCLT.com. Again, that's RollinCLT.com.
Without the G.
And we're coming to support y'all, man. One way or the other, I'm different. Like I said, I got to come out here and learn how to skate anyway. So I'm coming to support y'all. We appreciate y'all for taking time to sit with us. So hopefully everybody enjoyed this interview. Until next time, this is Crossing Line Podcast, Self-Investment Tour here in Charlotte. Till next time, keep chasing your dreams. Thank you for listening.
Peace.
Go.
I'm Sh'niqua Ussery.
I'm Brandi Fox.
And I'm Kendria Holmes. We're Rollin Charlotte, and we're kicking it with Cross the Line Podcast.
Bow.